Hi you guys, let's go ahead and get started. The very first thing we're going to do is prime our lids, and I'm using the Smashbox 24-hour eye primer. This will help from your eyeshadows from creasing and having the shadows last a little bit longer throughout the day. After this, I am going to apply the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot to my lids with a flat concealer brush, and this will help add as an extra base for the eyeshadows and cancel out any discoloration you may have on your lids. I also use this to clean up under the brow a little bit. Next, I am using the Naked 3 palette, and the first shade that I'm using is called Strange. I'm using that to set the base and the eye primer and help my eyeshadows blend a little bit more smoothly. If you ever find that after you apply your eye primer that your shadow is skipping while you're blending, try laying down a skin tone color eyeshadow or powder and it will help tremendously. The very first shade that we're going to use as a transition shade is called Limit. I'm placing this in the crease with the fluffy brush and a little bit above. I am definitely building up this color. It goes on a little bit light on my skin tone, so I just build it up a little bit. The next shade we're going to use is called Nooner. It's a little bit deeper than the first shade, and this will just add a little bit more depth into the crease, and I'm using a MAC 222 brush for this. Here I am just blending the edges with the clean fluffy brush. This has no product on it, and it will really help make your eyeshadow seamless. The key to a smoky eye is blending, so the more blending, the better. Blend until your hand falls off. Next, we're going to work on the lid, and this shade is called Beautiful Iris by MAC. It's a really pretty, cool toned purple with a little bit of shimmer, and it's perfect for brown eyes. It really makes your eyes pop, and I'm just using that on the lid, and here I am taking a little bit more of Nooner with that MAC 222 just to blend out the edges of that lid color. Next, we're taking Darkside from the palette and a flat brush, and we're just using that on the outer edges and a little bit into the crease just to offer some depth to the eye. And again, blend. Next, I'm using the new Tarte liner. It's a cream liner. Honestly, I'm not really a fan of it. It's not as smooth as I thought it'd be. It's really messy, but you know, it works. Next, we're gonna work on the face. Here I am using the Makeup Forever Hydrating Primer. This is a really good primer if you have dry skin. It has a ton of slip and it's really good before you apply your foundation. I'm using a pore filling primer just to place a little bit on the areas where I have all my pores. Next, I am using the new Becca Aqua Luminous Foundation in the shade Medium. I'm just gonna dot that all over my face and blend it out with a damp Real Technique sponge. This is a really dewy foundation, so if you have dry skin or you like that dewy look, you're gonna love this foundation. After that, we're going to set everything with the, way before we even get to that, we're gonna use the Bobbi Brown Under Eye Corrector in Peach just to cancel out some of that darkness before we apply our concealer, which is the Master Conceal in shade Light Medium 30. I'm going to use that under the eyes in any areas where I like to highlight. So my forehead, my nose, and my chin. And again, blend that out with the sponge. Then after that, we are going to set everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This is a really great powder. It's not cakey, it's not thick, and it sets everything very seamlessly. So after I set my entire face, I'm going to do my favorite part, which is bronzing. And I'm going to use the TooFaced bronzer in Chocolate Soleil with the Morphe 527 brush. This is a really great brush for bronzer. It applies your bronzer so smoothly, so seamlessly. It's amazing. If you can get your hands on it, definitely try this brush out. It's the best brush that I found for bronzer. Next, I'm just going to clean the bottom of that bronzer up a little bit because I felt like I've gone too low. Just going to clean that up before I highlight. And for highlighter, I'm using the Wet n Wild highlighter in Hollywood Boulevard. This is a really great drugstore product. It's a really great highlighter. It's very inexpensive. I think I found mine at Walgreens for under $5, and it's amazing. It catches the light really well. It's not too warm and it's not too cool, so I think it'll work on a lot of different skin tones. Yes, highlight come through. Next, I'm using the blush in Dolce Vita by Nars with a Bobbi Brown powder blush, just applied to my cheeks and blend it back a little bit. After that, I'm just going to take a flat, clean kabuki brush and just blend out those edges so it doesn't look so harsh. And lastly, I'm using the Stila liquid lipstick, let me get my words out, in Chianti. It's a really pretty deep purple shade. I do recommend using a lip liner first with this so you can get your lips a little bit more even. I wish I had, but I seem to make it work. So yeah, here is the final look. It's just a really bold lip with a bold purple smoky eye. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.